Hey guys, welcome to another fun episode of Baddie All with the lovely
Jay. And Jay.
where we bear it all. We talk real, raw, and whatever floats our boats.
Whatever floats the boats.
So, all right, so
we have our activewear on today, and we'll shout out the brand later in the show. So for our battle game today, because we usually start off with a battle or challenge, and then we progress to the topic, and then we go on from our outline. So we're trying to really stick to the outline to try to keep everybody, interest in tuning in. So our battle game is going to be a quick little arm wrestle.
I don't know why she didn't want to do that.
I work out all the time, but I don't have a whole lot of upper body strength still. I work on a lot of lower body and cardio. So let's see. Let's see, baby. All right, we'll just do it on the couch. Can you see us? Okay. All right, ready?
Well, you can't be leaned up against. She's trying to cheat already.
All right, ready? One, two, three, go.
This is my bad hand too.
What are you left-handed?
No, but I had surgery.
Bitch, she won.
So cute. I always win the game.
And my son, we were arm wrestling the other day, and he beat me for the first time, and he is like loving it. Loving it.
I always win the games. What's my prize though? I still don't
Bragging
get
rights. Sorry, you get bragging rights. So we start making some money.
Okay.
All right, so begin our topic for the day. This is a juicy topic.
Well, I feel like it's so annoying, especially when you're single and you're just out there. You're putting yourself out there. It's like, what is gonna capture your interest? Like, what do people do to capture your interest? Not what y'all doing now, okay?
Oh my God, definitely
like,
not.
I don't know, what captures your interest when it comes to somebody like trying to get to know you? Because I feel like right now what it is people they say they want to get to know you. You might be in your DMs, hard eyes, but really, is anybody asking like, let me take you out?
Right.
Let me take you out.
Right. So
What do they?
So yes. So if you are interested, if you're just out here in the dating world, you're single or you're in an open relationship and you're looking for someone, what are you doing to get that person's interest?
Right.
Because a lot of you guys are just doing, like she said, the emojis. Oh, you're beautiful. Okay, thanks. You're like, okay.
What?
How many people are telling beautiful women that they're beautiful?
Right.
They hear it all the time, so it's nothing new. What are you coming at with something different? Are you saying, oh, hi, I saw your last podcast episode. This topic that you were discussing was really interesting. This is my opinion on it. That's how you start a dialogue, everybody.
Yeah, start a conversation, not, oh, you so sexy. Or, I just feel like I kind of like to be courted, I want to know that you have interest in me and then move from there. It's traditional. Just ask me out. Like, hey, I want to get to know you. Can we exchange numbers? Why is that so difficult?
It is very difficult. But the thing is, I will say this. I do have people in my DMs and on whatever dating app I'm on at the 24-hour time that I am. That they are trying to start conversations, and actually some of them are pretty good. But if I go to your page and there's zero post, it's private, I can't tell what you look like in your profile pic.
Right.
We have no mutual friends, and you're just kind of out of the woodwork, and I can't see anything, then I'm already not interested. I'm already not interested, because if you have 30 followers and following 5,000 people, that's a red flag, okay? I'm not going to engage in a conversation with you. And you could be a great person. You could just be not on Instagram. But if you are trying to get at me at some sort of way by starting a conversation And then you can clearly see my page because it's not private. It's been public since we've started the podcast.
Right.
And you can see what I look like in my profile pic. You can see that I have followers, but I also am following people as well. But, I think the ratio kind of evens out. I think that's important, to be honest. And, you can kind of see what I'm posting on Instagram. Now, like what people post on Instagram, is that who they really are? Mm-hmm. Not necessarily. Right. No, but at least I can see what kind of post you're doing. Because if you're a whole meme page, I'm not interested.
Oh yeah.
If all you post is memes, yes, I like creativity, and I like to see that you're fun.
Right, they're funny,
But your whole page is memes? No. So if you have 30 followers, but you're following thousands of accounts and have no post and have a cartoon character.
Like, I feel like a lot of them are cat
as your profile picture. Yeah.
Mm-mm. Or it's like people are creating other pages. Like if you start following somebody who is like high and follows, and then all of a sudden there's always like little sub pages like people are creating.
Right.
And then they'll follow you and like, oh hey, I want to connect with you. Falling down.
That microphone get a little frisky over here.
Can't let that happen. Bring it back up. No, so I just think that, and then the other thing is like for a man, what if I'm a female, like what interests you? Is it to just see twerking? Is it like, do you really want to entertain a conversation with a solid female, a female who, is, knows how to carry herself, who wants something out of life, who's a go-getter, good mom? Like, what is it that you want? Because clearly it ain't it right now. Right. Like, what y'all, I don't, like, I'm just like, I don't know, this generation is like so, and then the other
it's not just this generation, it's everybody.
This generation is our generation that living now.
It's everybody.
Because it's like, you may get the attention, the right attention, right? And the right approach from somebody, but it's not who you're interested in. Right. I feel like that happens so much. It's like the one that you might be interested in, either one is taken.
Right.
Or it's just like you're not getting that from them. Like you're not getting that interest level or that feedback from them. So, but it's like the one that wants to do all this stuff for you, and take you out and on a proper date. It's like,
Right. And the thing is, if you're a woman of a certain status or whatever.
Stature, yeah.
And either way, and you have multiple people in your DMs and multiple people sending you messages on these dating apps. Right. Listen, I'm not, or someone else is not going to respond to each and every message because it's overwhelming and it's time consuming. I don't have enough time in the day to respond to everyone that says, hey, sexy, hi, beautiful. Oh, how do you like this? Or where are we going on vacation? Like, I don't have time to respond to multiple messages. And if I'm not interested on the few that I do, I'm like, oh, this person seems, interesting. Because to be honest, on dating apps and Instagram, what are you looking at first? You're looking at if they're attractive. Right. Are you attracted to them? Because if you're not, most likely you're not going to go forward. Is that being somewhat judgmental or whatever? Sure, it is. But at the end of the day, you want to be with someone who you're attracted to. Yeah. So if your first instinct is based off attraction and not meeting someone in person and get to know their personality, if the first, approach or meeting that you guys have is over social media or on the internet, you're going to say, oh, this person, is attractive. Mm-hmm. And then, if you click on their picture and, you may or may not decide to respond back. But if I'm not interested, am I going to say, oh, hi, thank you for, your interest. I'm not interested. Oh, hi, thank you for your interest. I'm not interested. Hi, thank you for your interest. I'm not interested. I'm not doing that.
Or if someone's sending you a message and then you don't respond, like either you don't respond and then they keep on sending you messages, like, at some point, are you getting the hint?
Right.
Then you have to get blocked. Or it's like, if you say, I'm sorry, I'm taken, and then they resurface. It's like, if I was interested, I would clearly, like, let you know.
Right.
But, like, are people not letting people know these days?
Yes.
Like, are you leaving people hanging? I don't know.
Well, there's people, in my inbox that are, sending messages, sending messages. And it's not that I'm ignoring them, but I'm just not interested. I'm not interested. So I'm not going to say, oh, hi, I'm sorry, I'm just not interested. Because then a lot of people they can't take that rejection.
Wait, say that again.
They cannot take rejection. Okay. It's really sad. And then they get mean, like, oh, well, you're not all that anyway. Or, oh,
okay, I didn't say I was. You approached me.
Exactly. So can I nicely say, thank you for all the kind messages, but I'm not interested.
That doesn't mean hit me up on Snapchat.
Exactly.
Or
another portal,
TikTok,
another app
or wherever.
something.
If I already said I wasn't interested.
Yes.
On Instagram. Like,
right. So, if a woman or a man is not interested and you send them a message and they don't respond, just leave it alone. Just leave it alone.
Oh, you ain't respond to me, or like, because now you're just being, and then even if you once talk to somebody, I think we have to get to the place where we are okay with rejection. I think that is like one of the hardest things, because what happens is people aren't okay with rejection and they're just not getting it, and they have a hard time processing rejection, whatever that looks like. It can get a little ugly. Like, yes. People aren't taking it well. So like, I know for me, like, I've told somebody that I was not interested, like, please don't ever reach out to me again, and then it's like, they don't, oh, you can do this, you can do that. I see you on social media. So now I'm like blocking you. And now you're finding me on TikTok. And now you're finding me on WhatsApp. And now you're like finding me on other sources, like other social medias. It's like, okay. And then you're creating all these different Google numbers. Like, that's kind of like scary. It's like, like obsessive. Like,
that is crossing the line.
With it. Listen, there's so many women out here.
Where's the red flag? Red flag, red flag.
There's so many women out here, just like there's so many men. Like, if a man does not want you, just leave it alone.
Right.
Like,
exactly.
like, this is not just for females, but I understand that men are hunters, and that's just, like,
in their nature.
Yes. Yeah. And they go after, women or what they want, whatever. But, just like bow down gracefully.
Yes.
Take it to the chin.
And if someone's interested and you either don't message them back, or you say, thank you, I'm just not interested. Mm-hmm. Do they unfollow you? Like, are you just, why can't you still follow someone that isn't interested in you more than just being a follower or a friend?
Right. Because you're not, you're in your feelings, because you can't take rejection properly.
Right. So why not just still support that person on whatever it is that they're doing, even though they're not interested in you in another level?
Right.
Like, are you that shallow that you can't continue following people even though they're not interested in you in that way? Like, that is just crazy to me that people will just unfollow you as soon as you reject them. Okay. Sorry. You only followed me because you were interested in me. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you can't support me on hindsight. Okay. And if they say, oh, well, you're not supporting me, you're not following me, well, you don't post anything. So what am I supporting if you have zero posts?
I don't really follow people that don't have nothing on there. Like, I don't,
because what am I supporting?
Or like 3 years ago, you have something on there.
Yeah. Like, that's, and you can have an Instagram account just so you can look at other people's stuff and be nosy, if that's what you want to do, but don't expect me to follow your, lack of doing anything. If you're not promoting a business, if you're not, showing off, the things that you do in a day, or having anything, if you have nothing going for you and you don't, and I'm not saying you don't have anything going for you because you're not on Instagram. Please don't take that the wrong way. All I'm saying is, if you don't have a whole lot of,
content or anything on there,
exactly, then
you have to be okay with people not following you.
That doesn't interest me. I want to see people that are out here doing things with their account, like doing fun things, inspirational things, showing off their family, showing off trips. Yeah, that's the only, this top, if I do upper
that
body.
That booby is popping out right there.
Things will start popping out.
You got to adjust the... She always got something popping out.
But I will say this. Not too long ago, someone asked me on a date, and I declined. This was face to face. This is like person to person, but over text. Like, we met in person.
Yeah.
but over text, asked me on a date, and I kindly declined. And this person, because of his status, is not used to rejection, is not used to someone saying, oh, no, thank you, I'm not interested. And proceeded to say, oh, it's your loss. Well, how is it a loss if I never had you in the beginning? And what am I losing because I'm perfectly fine on my own and was perfectly fine before you walked in my life 2 seconds ago to ask me on a date? I respectfully declined. I was very nice about it. I really am not interested in going on a date with you, but I
channel that energy into someone else. The exact words.
Exactly. I should channel that energy into someone else that's interested. Thank you, but no, I'm not interested. And that person proceedingly to, say condescending things.
You got an attitude, and I just think that's insane to me. Like, get the point. Like, that's really what it is. But the bottom line is, get the point. Because now I don't even want to have any communication with you. Now I don't even want to be friends with you.
Right.
Like, now.
Like, I don't ever want to see you again.
Right. Because you're being so forceful.
Never again.
Because you're being so forceful and you're not understanding. I'm not giving you like, oh, well, maybe I'm interested. I'm telling you, lose my number.
Exactly.
Lose my number. Stop calling me. Stop reaching out to me. What does that mean? Like, I don't.
But how do you go from wanting to take me on a date to now saying, oh, it's your loss, you're jealous, you're condescending?
And why would you want to take me on a date if I'm jealous and condescending?
Excuse me? Because I turned down a date?
I tell you.
And then
athletes are like that.
Athletes are like that because they're so used to the attention.
Guys, sorry, the athletes who aren't. But
they're so used to the attention. They're so used to everybody wanting them. But, guess what? No, I really don't want anything to do with that lifestyle. And no, thank you. But I wasn't being mean at all about it. So I'm just sick of, attitudes, people being so insecure about themselves and so used to a woman being one way around them that they can't. Like, we could have just been friends and hung out. But, he had to be mean after I declined to date. It's ridiculous.
Right. When asking a woman on a date goes wrong.
This Lord. Crazy. And then I have a guy on Instagram who asked me on a date. And I was like, okay, fine. Let's go on a date. He said, are you free Sunday? Yeah, I'm free Sunday. Let's go for, Sunday evening. I'm free. Let's go. Never heard from him all day Sunday. Not a single word. Okay. Almost 2 weeks later. Oh, hey, how are you doing? Are you free Sunday? I said, well, I'm sorry. I was free last Sunday, the last Sunday you asked. Right. And you never hit me up. So honestly, I'm not interested. My time is valuable. And if I allot a couple hours to meet you, that's time I'm taking out of everything else that I could do. And now, so no, I'm not interested. Thank you, but I'm not interested. Good luck, goodwill. Hits me up again. Like, oh, I'm so sorry. I think it was a miscommunication. Can we please just try one more time? You know what? Because this guy
because you cute.
Because this guy is fine. He was fine. I was like, you know what? I'm going to give him another chance. I'll give him one more chance.
Looks.
Yes. So here we go. We made reservations this time. Reservations for a spot. Sunday night. Yep. And then all of a sudden, Sunday comes around and it's, something came up. I'm sorry. I can't make it tonight. Well, guess what? This was your last chance, buddy. And it's over. Lose my Instagram. I'm just kidding. You can keep following me, but don't ask me out on a date ever again. That's it.
Why? Why do that? Why waste somebody's time?
Because are you just trying to see if you can get at somebody? Is that what it is? Do you clam up and you're shy and you have anxiety? Did something really come up that's that important that you can't go on your
all
date
these Sundays
at Sunday night? Like, I understand things come up, but when I feel like you're just being silly, and he was like, "Oh, I'm not trying to play games with you." Okay,
you are. Well,
no, never mind. Goodbye. Goodbye.
What gets me is that when
Bye, Felicia.
When guys are like, oh, pull up. I'm sorry. I'm a grown-ass woman. If we establish a certain relationship, then it's a little different. But you want me just to pull up?
Right. Okay, so when you guys and women are in people's DMs, like how are you getting that person's attention to the point of where, you really want their attention to actually meet them in person if you haven't already? So my suggestion is, trying to start a conversation off something they post. Like, oh, if they posted that they were at a Sixers game, like, oh, the Sixers, I saw that they lost or they won by a few points. It was a good game. It was cool that you were there. Did you have a good time? That's a good conversation starter. And that person can chime in. And then eventually after you have a couple sentences of conversation, then you're like, I really would like to meet you. Is there a time where we can get a coffee or a drink or an appetizer or something? I mean, that's how you can start it off.
Yeah.
But if the person isn't interested, don't keep having a conversation with yourself.
Can I just tell you the stupidest thing that recently happened? And I'm just like, I don't understand. So somebody connected me with somebody, right? One of my friends connected me with one of his friends. And he reaches out to me. So he reaches out to me and he's just like, hey, how's it going? Like everything was cool. Conversation was, good. And then I said, let me just ask this. I just felt like I don't know, for some reason I had to, like, are you single? Do you live by yourself? Do you have any kids? Like, just wanted to establish that. So are you single? Do you live by yourself? Do you have any kids? No, and expecting one on the way. Do you see my face? Do you see my face?
Where's the red flag?
So I say, I thought it was a joke. I thought they were just joking. I was like, oh, they just messing with me. I was like, ha, ha, ha. And they're just like, anything else, police officer? I'm sorry. Is that not valid? Is that not a valid question to ask?
I mean, when you're in our age group, I feel like those questions are, can we get them out of the way real quick?
Yeah, I want to know if you're single because a lot of people are not single.
Are you in a relationship? Are you separated and still living together and pretending like you're not together, but you're still fucking, but you're not telling nobody, but you still out here dating? Like what? We need to know.
So I said, then why are you, like, it wasn't a joke. So I'm like, why are you reaching out to me? Why did you press for my number? Why do you want to get to know me if your ass is not single?
And you have a whole baby on the way.
I can't text beautiful women. No, you cannot.
When you're married?
No, you cannot.
Do you have an open relationship? Why aren't you focused on this unborn child?
I don't even want any parts of it. Right. So I'm like, no, you cannot text me at all. Is it, I still think can we be friends? No, I don't need your friendship. Listen, I am A-okay. I am 41 years old right now. I have great friends. I don't need any new friends.
No new friends.
Especially not I just don't need it. Especially not a guy. Like I don't need it.
And then what do you say after? What did he say after?
What did he say after?
About his, I have a.
Oh my God.
Wait. What he said after.
So then he says, I'm like, no, you cannot. He was like, would you rather, I'm just going to read it. Would you rather I be honest or start this relationship on some BS?
A relationship?
No, there's no relationship, boo-boo. I said, I'd rather you not be interested in me at all if you're in a relationship. It was great chatting. Congrats on the baby. Bye-bye. And then he says, honesty is the best way to establish any relationship. You're so right, honey. You're so right.
So are you honest with your wife? And does your wife know you're hitting up other people?
Right. And I said, and I'm honestly not interested in talking to you anymore. So with the baby and a whole relationship. Can we still, that's when he said, can we still be friends? I think you're dope. You don't even know me, so you don't even know how dope I am.
They've never even met in person. Never even met in person. Of course she is, but they've never met.
But anyway, I said, no, not at all. I don't need any friends. And then he says, my brother is 6'8", no kids, no girlfriend. He's basically the taller me. I don't want any parts of you. So no, I'm good.
The audacity to say, oh, I have a brother. You want to hook up with my brother?
I don't need help finding somebody. Like, I'm not even looking for anybody. I don't need help, any connections. I don't need anybody I don't need you to do any of that. Like, I'm okay. So it's not working with you. I don't need you to help hook me up with somebody else. Like, I don't even want to be in your family now.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No, that would be so weird. What if you did end up meeting the brother and you guys got along, and then now like you're looking at the guy that actually wanted to be with you while he was married with a baby on the way. Now he's with his brother. Like, what kind of craziness is that?
But like,
crazy.
Why do this stuff? Like, come on. NFL players, you're posting your wife. Like, why? I don't understand. Why do this? You're posting your wife. Happy anniversary, babe. I love you. You're a beautiful person. You know, this woman right here deserves all that. And then you're in somebody else's DM asking when you guys gonna meet. Right. What can you help me with before practice? Y'all damn NFL players.
I don't think it's just the NFL though. I think across
NFL,
the board,
NHL, NBA.
Honestly, and it's not even just athletes,
it's all
like just celebrities. Period. Like even in the music industry, you know.
Yeah, it's just people in general.
Just
even women too.
That's true. But just the amount of people that are in your DMs or trying to get to know you when they have a whole wife and family or relationship, and I know most of the time the wife has no idea and would not approve of their husbands in other women's DMs. Now, there are some women who are like, you know what, I married into this situation. Mm-hmm. I understand that this, you know, my husband or my wife is a celebrity. They're going to be out there. People are going to want to hook up. They may or may not hook up. I'm okay with that. You know, the bills are paid. I'm happy. I'm living a great life. He or she comes home to me every day. Some people are okay with that, and that is great. If that's how they thrive, that's how they thrive. I'm happy for them. As long as they're happy, it doesn't matter.
Right.
But most of the time, these women do not want their husbands in other people's DMs and meeting them in hotel rooms and getting hookups and things of that nature. I guarantee it. And it's crazy. It's crazy.
Leave that money in the envelope.
And even for a married man or a man with a girlfriend to hit a single woman up, like, do you really think that was she giving side chick material?
Because, I mean, and this is in all honesty, right? I'm not saying that whatever, people, you know, dibble and dabble. Okay. What I'm saying is that if you are not, give me that option to make that choice if I want to, like, deal with that. Like, to just, like, be a whole cap, like, it's crazy to me. And then I just cannot stand that. Like, I feel like if you're in a relationship and you don't want to be in one, or maybe you guys are broke up, you know, whatever the case is, maybe you're still legally married and you're just not in it anymore. It's a little different, right? But when you're actually in a relationship and you're posting and all that stuff, like, it's just, come on, like, stay
and
out of.
And if you're still living together, like if you're not together and you're breaking up or you're separating.
Right, just stay out of my, you know.
Just, you know, get a place on your own.
Because you're not available. That's the problem. Like, you're not available. And what happens when you fall in love with me? I mean.
Because that's inevitable.
It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
I'm just saying, like, you know, I'm a pretty good catch. But just saying, like, what happens if I end up liking you a lot and you're not available? And now you're not available, and
I just wasted all that time.
I'm stuck in, like, I grow feelings for you, and then what are we doing?
Right.
What are we doing?
Right. Because
I don't know.
You know, basically they just want the goods.
Y'all need to be handcuffed
at the end of the day. And you know, it's just like I was talking about Nick Cannon the other day. Like, you know, all the women that he has babies with, you know, they all in agreement. They're okay with him having babies everywhere. The world knows he's having babies everywhere.
There you go.
My question is, are all these babies his?
They look like
because
his.
Ain't no way.
I'm sure they are.
I guarantee, and I'm not saying they aren't. I'm just saying, like, does he DNA test all the babies? Because I'm sure the women that he's with, they're all beautiful women. I guarantee they're getting hit on.
How could he spread himself with all of them.
Are all of these women loyal to him? Are they all in open relationships? Are all of them fucking other people other than Nick Cannon? Is Nick Cannon, does he have the right to get with everybody? Yeah. And all the women in the relationship are just with him?
Because he ain't flying all over. He ain't giving them all.
There's no way he's satisfying all of their needs. And that's just me looking from the outside in. Clearly, I don't know any of their relationships. I'm not judging them either. I'm just saying these women, do they have outside relationships as well? Are they getting pleasured on the outside? And how does he know when they end up pregnant with another guy that maybe look like Nick Cannon? Yeah. Are all these babies his? I'm curious if he gets DNA tests for all of them.
I'm 1,000%. He has to.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, he has to. I would imagine that. I mean, but then again, some people are okay with just bearing kids. Like they don't even need the sex. They don't need the sex.
Well, I don't understand that lifestyle.
I don't either.
I will never understand that lifestyle. I do understand, however, after you have kids, you're kind of focused on the kids. I do understand that. But, all women have needs. And these women are beautiful women. They're out there. I know, they're getting hit up left and right. Like, oh, I know you having Nick Cannon's babies, but how you getting satisfied?
They might not want to be satisfied. They may not want to be satisfied.
But I'm sure some of them do. How many he got now? Like 8, 9 baby mamas? Like, not all 8, 9 baby mamas don't have enough sex drive. Like, come on.
Maybe he did a little list. Maybe it's like a whole application process. I don't know.
Who knows what their agreements are? But I just hope that everybody's being honest with each other and.
Yeah, just like moving forward.
The thing is, I feel like I can speak on it because they put it out there. Mm-hmm. If they weren't, so public with everything, then okay, maybe we won't speak on it. But the fact that they push it in our face on every social media platform, like, oh, Nick Cannon's having another baby. Oh, Nick Cannon's, baby mamas, 6 baby mamas having the 3rd baby, and this baby's over here, and this baby, and then he just had a baby, this baby's due 2 days later. Like, I'm just like, wait a minute, like. So when you put your business out there, it leaves it up for everybody to talk about. True. There's so many celebrities that their lives are so private. I don't know anything about them other than maybe who they're married to because that's public information.
That's how I'm going to be.
But it's like, when you willingly put your private information out there and then you get mad when people talk about it. Are you serious?
No, it's up for discussion.
Guess what? I'm sorry. You out here saying crazy stuff or you out here doing something stupid and you think you're in the right and then you find out through a majority of comments and people talking about your situation that maybe you weren't right. Then you get mad at everybody because they didn't agree with you. Like, come on, guys. Y'all, if you're going to put it out there, you have to be ready for the comments that come with it. Just like our show, if some people doesn't agree with things that we say, like we had one person say that, oh, you guys aren't supposed to say female anymore because that's not, an adequate term to acknowledge a woman. But guess what? We're females.
I don't. Yeah, like people get pissed. I don't know. Like in what context? What would somebody get mad about? I don't.
On many professional documentation, you're not saying a woman, man, or whatever it is that you're choosing. If you're non-binary, as far as like whatever gender you're choosing these days. Most of the time it's woman or man. Do how you were born, how you were born, a woman or a man. Yeah. And it's typically female, male, female, male. So if people get offended by us saying female, I'm sorry, but that's what it is.
Yeah, but when I responded and I asked in what context was it said, if you're calling a man a female, well, maybe they don't like whatever. That was so juvenile. I just can't.
So, yeah. So, are we ready?
Well, yes. This is our pull it out.
Pull it out. Pull it out. Pull it out.
She will forever be the pull out segment, Vanna White, because she just loves that.
Pull it out. Come on, Jamie. Pull it out, baby.
Do I have to?
Pull it out, baby.
Do I have to?
Pull it out. Pull it out.
Okay. What is the most embarrassing moment sexually you've had?
Most embarrassing.
I have a couple of them. Jesus Lord. I don't know if I want to share them.
Embarrassing for me or embarrassing for him?
I would say for you. However,
okay, I'll say for me.
And
okay,
then you can give his too, because I know it was.
I can give his too. Okay, I will say this, and I don't care. Y'all can judge me if you want. I know y'all have done it too. But you know how, the dude, this particular guy, and this happened years and years ago. I was in my early 20s. I was with someone intimately. He was missionary, banging it out. But my stomach was like, oh, don't bang it that hard. Don't bang it. And then all of a sudden, and he stopped and said, did you fart? And I was like, I don't think so.
Well, now he knows.
He knew. He knew right then and there, because we laughed after everything was said and done. Like, I didn't think he was going to stop, because, sometimes you just keep going, just forgetting and pretending it didn't happen.
Oh, he stopped and asked her.
He did stop. He stopped like, did you fart? No. Thank God it didn't smell. But yes, so that was an embarrassing moment for me. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry, guy. You know who you are. You follow me on Instagram. But it was years ago.
Her farting ass.
Years ago.
Now she knows how to hold it in.
Now I just make sure, I don't eat
before
sex. What about you?
There was probably two, but one. So it was similar. Not really. No, it's not. So
she said similar, but no.
No, it's not. The stomach was, I guess, not right. Didn't get to clean myself out, if you know what I mean. And they proceeded to, the back door and
back shots.
Oh God. This is the first and only time it's ever happened. It was a mess.
Oh no, it was a mess.
Yes. I was like, I don't even know what I guess it was ready to come out. And
so he was giving back shots in what area?
Oh, the booty.
The booty. And then when he pulled out, it was a situation.
Oh, it was it was definitely a messy situation. And I was so embarrassed because that's never happened to me before. And I was just like, he still talks to me though.
He's still on the roster. He didn't run away.
I didn't say how long ago that was. However, it didn't cause me to run away, but it was just like, and then smell. It's even worse. But anyway, whatever. Be transparent. Just how these are just things that happen.
It happens. So, it happens, unfortunately.
That was the first and only time that's ever happened. Like, first of all, I didn't even have a warning. You just decided to, and I was like, okay, but I think it was my positioning. It just pushed it all out. And I was like, oh, okay. Easy gliding. There was
showers for two.
I was just like, oh God, mortified. Anyway. Yeah, I don't even want to say the other one, but yeah.
We can save other ones for another time.
That's a whole other subject.
So that was an embarrassing moment for both of us. I'm sure there's been plenty of embarrassing moments out there. I know there was one situation, this girl was saying that she was with this guy.
This girl.
And it wasn't me. Mm-hmm. Because if it was, I would say. But she had said she was having sex with this guy. And then apparently there was a little, kind of same situation, a little poop came out. And from her while he was, doing anal sex. And there was a skid mark on the sheet. And instead of changing the sheets, she kept the sheets. They just slept in the sheets until the next morning.
Did you know?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. So I'm like, everybody has, an embarrassing moment with sex. Oh. So, you just got to laugh about it, really. If you can't laugh about it and just,
I feel like if you're that disgusted and you don't want to, one, you should never put it in there in the first place.
That's true. That is true.
But, it's just whatever. It is what it is. So what's your most embarrassing from like a man's perspective?
Lord, I knew he was going to say that. So.
Wake up.
I will say.
Hi, are you here today? Wake up.
So I was in a situation with a guy who usually, is right on point all the time. But unfortunately, this particular time was not. And, but I was so ready for sex, my body, everything. I was just so ready. And the fact that he wasn't ready and he tried,
She's a nymphomaniac.
He tried oral sex, but I need penetration and oral. Like I just wanted all. And I wasn't, he wasn't able to give it to me. So I pulled out my dildo and I made him, yes, I made him F me with the dildo while I'm using my vibrators so I could get it in, get my orgasm in for the night because he just wasn't showing up. And, he had a good time doing it. So he enjoyed it. I thought, it was going to make him feel some type of way, but nope.
Why wasn't he showing? Like, what happened? Why wasn't it getting up there?
That I don't know. Men there's so many different reasons why they have situations down there. It doesn't necessarily mean just because they had a couple situations that they have, permanent erectile dysfunction. It could be medications they're on temporarily. It could be that, maybe their blood pressure is off or they're not hydrated that day. Are you
checking the blood pressure while they in?
I may be a nurse, but I ain't checking nobody's blood pressure. If you come over our house, you better be ready. If you're not ready, guess what? The toys are coming out. And I'm sorry, don't feel bad. If you're coming over and I'm expecting something, I'm expecting something.
Are you mean when you kick them out?
I'm not mean at all. I don't think I'm mean. I can't be. I can't be mean. No, I can't be mean. But I feel like.
Are you like, if you can't get that thing up? Like, bye.
Yeah, that's true. Sometimes I have, had that situation where, and honestly, and I try everything. I try, stimulating their erogenous areas. I'm like, am I doing something wrong? Am I not doing something? And
what erogenous areas? Like, what do you?
So some guys like their necks. They like oral sex. They like sucking on the nipples. They like the touching in the thighs. Like, it depends on whatever that particular guy's erogenous areas. This guy he don't. I told you already. Most guys I'm with, they don't want anything to do with that. I mean, they say they don't, I guess. I don't know. But if they say they don't, I'm not going there. If they're like, they keep pushing me, okay, then I'm not doing it because it's going to ruin the moment. But long story short, I guess I can be mean sometimes, but sometimes I feel like if I try to be mean, maybe that will, trigger some type of fetish or erotic thing. Like, oh, she's being mean to me. Like, oh, I need, this. I want to be
what's your mean looking like?
A submissive person. I can't go into character right now until I have a limp dick in front of me and it's not getting up. So maybe we can have, a situation where we have that one day.
Well, damn. She's trying to turn this podcast into porn. Lord.
Just kidding.
She's not.
Anyways.
Yeah. No, I get it.
All right. So what's yours?
I mean, the very quick, like, what just happened?
Oh, so they come too quick.
It like 2 seconds, like too quick.
They're in there. They're like, oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, give me like 2 hours.
Or it's
give me a couple hours.
Dag. No, the funny thing is like, oh man, I didn't know it's gonna be like that. Is that what it is? I mean, Yeah, now, but yeah, that's it.
Yeah. So, and I know that happens a lot. For sure, where it's like, maybe, and I know some guys prepare whatever whatever it is that they use, but they jerk off or masturbate before they go on a date. So if they do end up having sex, that they last longer.
Makes sense.
So, but don't mess it up though. Don't be like, okay, I masturbated. Now we're on a date,
right?
And now we're trying to hook up, and I can't first because you had a situation earlier.
Yeah.
Now you can't really perform. So there's been those situations too.
Yeah, the non-performers aren't never getting a call back. Never getting a call. All right.
So you want to shout out?
Yes. I like social media because for a lot of things, but because it brings you aware to certain people, right? So what I have on right now is it's called Actively Black. This is like their jogger. I don't even know the exact name of it, but it has like the little, pretty flexible. It has like the little black.
Let's see how flexible. Let's go.
Girl, I'll tell you, it's gonna be like porn. Anyway, has a lot of zippers. The material
is so nice.
Is amazing. Like this honestly puts.
It's like a dry fit material, which
like
I love.
So much better than Nike Dry Fit. It has like the little finger thing, so you can get the little extra warmth. There's so many different pockets here. You can put your little money. Ooh, it goes all the way down. I haven't opened up that one yet. But anyway, I honestly love this. Got the little hoodie, and then it kind of goes up high, which I like, especially if you're like jogging outside. Yeah, so this is really good. I actually love it. There's a lot of detail, like the stitching. Everything is like, And then I also have a book bag that I got from them too, and the quality is amazing. And I see like people making comments, because of the price. I think it was like maybe $70-something for the pants, for the jacket. Like it's no different than Nike. You are willing to go buy Nike, which obviously it's like super high end or super low end cost. Like it doesn't cost much to make it, right? But everything's getting sent over to other countries, to China, whatever. You're okay with supporting, a company like that as opposed to supporting a black-owned business. Someone, I don't know. I to be honest, I would buy like all of these, and then. Oh, on the back, it says there's greatness in our DNA, which I love that.
It is.
Yeah, so
very nice.
Check them out, Actively Black.
Definitely nice. I'm definitely getting me a set. I love that material. It is very sleek and nice looking as well. Yeah. So, and what I have on is Zodisy. It's also a black-owned business, activewear. I just have the bikers and the sports bra on right now, and it is very comfortable. It's very cute the way it's designed. It's very sexy. A lot of
stitching on that too.
As well. And definitely it's comfortable working out in. It does feel like it's like kind of keeping everything in place, so you're not like falling out of everywhere. And it's definitely great quality.
Zotesi.
Yes. Okay. And they have an Instagram account as well.
Do they have pants and
they do have pants and jackets as well, sweat joggers, things of that nature.
Where are they located? In the U.S.?
Actually, I think she's in Philly.
Oh, okay.
I think she's right in Philly, to be honest. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think she's definitely local for sure. So definitely look that up, you guys. So this is two great brands, activewear, black-owned businesses. Yeah. So definitely look them up.
And they also have sneakers too. I think they just kind of put them out there. I know sometimes people feel like, it's off-brand, but there was a study done. And what they did was they took, I don't know the exact logistics on it, but they took sneakers from like Payless.
Yeah, I remember
and they put them into a high-end store where they sold them for like $500 and up. And people were all just like, oh my God, they loved them. Because they knew that they were of a higher status. They created
a store that looked so upscale.
Yeah.
And then they put all the Payless shoes in there, quadruple price them, more than quadruple. Yeah, I remember that. And
I don't
then
even know where I saw that at.
They had like a news, not really a news program, but they had people interviewing the people after they bought the shoes and like, oh, this is great quality. I could tell. Look at how it shines and look how it's so comfortable or whatever. And then at the end of the day, they said, oh, these are all Payless shoes, and everybody was like, oh my God.
I thought Payless shoes were fine.
I don't, it's all about what you like. I hate
Exactly.
that you have to focus on, is it, Gucci? Is it Balenciaga? Like, is it Nike? Is it Jordan? Like, you like what you like. Just like what you like. If I see something that's cute in a boutique or a thrift store or whatever, if I like it, I'm going to buy it.
Right. If it's $5 or if it's cheap, or if it's, I don't know, $500 and it's a higher quality. Like, if I like it, I like it. And that just goes to show how people jump on the bandwagon because they think something is a higher, stature or whatever. I mean, come on now. Like, so, and I think Snipes is selling like black owned shoes as well. Whatever. My thing is support your people.
Right. Support the community for sure. Because there's, other communities are supporting each other. We need to support our communities. So let's continue to do that.
I did order something before from, I think it was like a Yoni, whatever, like a wash or whatever. And I never got, I paid like $60 for it.
Oh.
And I never got it.
In every business, there's pros and cons.
I think they shut down or something like that.
Yeah, some businesses get so overwhelmed because they start off small and then they start getting all these orders that they can't keep up with. And unfortunately, sometimes that happens. But if we have the opportunity to support each other, let's support each other. If it's a good product, I'm not saying support somebody and they don't have, and they have a shitty product or their customer service is trash.
Right.
Like, we don't want to steer you to a business or a service that's trash or unprofessional.
We're going to tell you what we've tried and,
our experience.
The hope is that like, or what we know, the hope is that, it's going to just bring attention to people that are local, especially like, I feel like we need, I'm always big on uplifting each other. I feel like people who are, hardworking and are really trying to put themselves out there, the businesses out there, like they need our support. So, yeah.
For sure. So our health tip for today, since we're wearing active wear, so I figured some people have a hard time getting exercise in. I get it. I understand. We're working. We're taking care of kids. We're trying to make money. We're trying to pay bills. We're trying to, have fun and relax. I understand completely. So my suggestion to get a few extra steps in a day is when you're going shopping over the weekend, or if you're going to your job Monday through Friday or however, instead of parking the closest parking spot to the place, to the mall, to wherever, park as far away as possible and get those extra steps in walking back and forth, taking the steps instead of the elevator. So that's, an extra 5-10 minutes of exercise that you didn't get before that you're getting now. And I guarantee you will start to see results. Small results, end up, you'll see in the bigger picture.
Right.
So the small results that you see on a weekly basis,
the larger ones,
you will see it later on. Okay. So if you're not doing anything now, imagine adding those extra steps in, how much that's going to increase your overall energy levels. It will help decrease your blood pressure if you have high blood pressure. It will help maintain your blood pressure if you have normal blood pressure. It will also help maintain your blood glucose levels. You don't have to be a diabetic to try to help maintain your blood glucose levels. So definitely try to get those extra steps by parking far away, taking the steps, making a couple trips. Like if you went shopping, you have several bags, make a couple trips to the car. That will help increase your upper body by carrying the bags and getting those extra steps in. So
sweat a little.
Try doing that.
Have sex. 20 minutes a day.
Definitely having sex for sure.
20 minutes a day. That's all you need.
A day.
Bam, bam. Thank you, ma'am. You can even break it up into 5 or 4 different sessions, 4 or 5 minute sessions, because y'all only last sometimes for 5 minutes.
Listen, but sex is a great way of getting exercise in and helping boost your energy levels. And it does help regulate a lot of your organs internally, and 100% helps your overall health, regular sex for people. So unless you're having unprotected sex with everybody, then you're getting STDs and spreading around. That's unhealthy. So we're talking about healthy sex with individuals, and getting that time in to really,
right. And
get your health level back.
Statistically speaking, women need sex more than men. Reason number 1. Regular sex can improve a woman's intimacy because it helps with brain stimulation. Who would have thought?
And security.
Give me sex, I can think better. Number 2, it makes you more attractive. Why? Because the release of estrogen during sex helps your skin to glow and your hair to get a little shinier. Number 3, it can reduce the risk of breast cancer. Why is that? Because of release of oxytocin and DHEA during an orgasm. Interesting. Number 4, it can regulate your period. It can help with painful periods, right?
Yes.
Lighter, shorter, less disruptive, right? Number 5, it can strengthen your pelvic floor muscles because of why? When you are having sex, what is happening?
Ooh, what is happening?
Your pelvic floor muscles are being used. And
Hallelujah.
that helps with urine, the controlling the flow of urine.
It's like the Kegels.
Right, yes. But some of y'all don't know that. And number 6, it can relieve pain, sore muscles, migraines. I get migraines. And number 7.
Getting enough.
Yeah, sorry. I get them all the time now. And number 7, it can increase libido. So the more sex you have, then the more you want it. I don't know. Thank me later.
That is all facts on facts on facts. No lies told.
And I guess my quote for the day, my affirmation is patience is power. Guys, be patient with whatever you do. Patience getting that ass. Patience getting the promotion. Patience wanting results. Patience to be where you are in life. Have patience.
Amen to that. Patience.
Thanks, guys, for tuning in.
Thank you, guys. Now slide in them DMs with a conversation. Take me out.